Won't you come with me? Completely off topic. Oh, ain't it nice to be completely off topic?
Hi, welcome to Completely Off Topic with Susan Serrao, the podcast where we talk to Calgary female artists about the bodies of work that they are creating. Today we have with us Tiffany Cuffley, who is a visual artist. Thank you for joining us today, Tiffany.
Thank you for having me.
You have an incredible practice that you've done for many years, and we can find you all over Calgary with your murals. But I want to know where you got your scarf.
You're not the first person to ask that too.
It's gorgeous.
It's a Zara scarf.
Ooh.
Yes, I might have a few colors too.
I do that too. I'm like, this looks really good. I should have all of them.
I buy all the colors.
Well, you're an artist, you know.
Yeah.
Color matters.
Yeah, obviously. But yeah, no, it's a Zara scarf.
Amazing. And you and I met in an acting class.
Yeah, years ago.
Meisner, which makes you immediately connected for life.
Yes,
Let's be honest.
definitely trauma bonded.
I've seen your soul. I've seen your soul. You've seen my soul. Nothing can break this apart.
It's basically Meisner in a
Oh, it really is.
nutshell.
Yes. And then we did a play together
Yes, yeah.
where you were a tough cop.
And you were a mafia mama.
It was the funniest casting
That
ever.
was. I know.
Here I am, a Guyanese Canadian playing a mafia mom in New York with a New York accent, and my son was 5 to 6 years younger than me from Pakistan.
Yeah, it was really, we really did it all in that show.
It was amazing. We're like, we don't see race or age.
No,
This
it was
works.
fun.
It was a lot of fun though.
That was, yeah.
And then I got to meet your, at the time, fiance.
Yes.
Still fiance? Congratulations. Incredible job. This,
Yeah,
like 20
really-
years ago.
Yeah, slow and steady wins the race, we hear.
Good for you. You know what? A very healthy marriage never
Yeah,
happens, never
this
actually
thing-
starts.
COVID happened too, right? So
Were you planning to get married then?
we were just going to elope. So it just kept getting canceled. So
Your elope got canceled.
I know. How ridiculous.
It's supposed to be spontaneous, out of the blue, and like right now.
But we wanted to go somewhere.
Right.
Can't go anywhere. And then we were like, let's stay in Canada. And we chose somewhere in Canada, and then Tofino shut down again.
Yes.
So they're like, you can't even come here.
It's so remote. Yes.
So ever since then, we're like, meh, what's marriage?
Well, you're not talking to the best, the best advocate over here.
So you endorse my
I
6-year
endorse
engagement.
an eternal engagement is what I
Perfect.
endorse.
Yeah,
I
that's
think that's
what-
beautiful.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
where we're at. So
Yeah.
nothing changed there.
Good for you. Good for you.
Thank you.
Nice. And he's a DJ?
He is a DJ at night.
Ooh, that's the best time to be a DJ.
Yes.
Morning DJs suck.
Wow, parties are lame. Yoga class DJ.
Wow.
But yeah, he's a DJ and producer, music producer by night. By day, he has a much different job. He works with Youth at Risk.
Hey,
So yeah,
that's cool.
Doing the good
Does he get a lot of
deeds.
material through that?
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
You have a bit of a, your humor is a bit. Yeah, you have to laugh a lot.
You do.
That job.
You have to shake it off.
Yeah, you really have to shake it off.
Laughter's a great way to shake your
Yeah,
body.
especially when you're like dealing with stuff like that.
Ugh,
So,
yeah.
but yeah,
It's a
he's a
lot.
DJ, so it's nice being with another artist who is never like, hey, why are you painting till 5 in the morning?
What's wrong with you?
My brain says I have to.
Yes,
So
brains.
yeah, that's
Try
nice.
to take over, you know?
They are. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I saw you walking on the bike path. Literally, I was like, okay, I want Tiffany on the show. And then I didn't contact anybody that I wanted on the show because I was like kind of focused on another project.
Yeah.
And then I'm walking, going for a walk, and I see you. I'm like, I have to ask Tiffany if she wants to be on the show.
Yeah, that was
You were
so.
walking
I
with
was
your friend.
totally on board.
Yeah.
I love the whole idea.
Yeah.
That was such a random meetup.
It's meant to
And
be.
you even made her feel better about her house hunting.
Oh, good. I was wondering after I left there, I'm like, how is she doing? I wonder what she's going to do with her life. Because it was like so much. So we stopped on the bike path and you were talking to your
Yes.
friend. I'm just doing this because I realize sometimes I forget it's a podcast and
Yeah,
people
people
can't
don't know
see
what
us.
we're talking about.
Yeah, or who we're talking about. Yeah. And she was kind of in a bit of a, what am I doing with my life? What do I want to
Yeah.
do? I want a new house. All the
Yeah.
houses are selling too quickly. And we just kind of talked through it. And I constantly
Yeah.
think that I'm like everybody's mom
Because you are.
and that they should take my advice because I know everything.
Yeah, but you
don't
made
tell
her
anybody.
feel better.
Oh, good.
So it was a great, look at all the things that came from it. Meeting on the pathway.
Yes, meeting on the, that's the best way to meet.
Yeah.
It's my next podcast, meeting on the pathway.
Meeting on the pathway.
Yeah.
I want to be on that one too.
Oh yeah, I'd love it. I'm redoing everybody's. Just give me the same podcast, really. So what did you do to get through COVID?
Oh gosh. Well, I was fortunate because my studio didn't close down, so I was still able to
How
go in.
irresponsible of you not to close down your studio and protect the
Private!
employees.
It's private. Everyone has their. It's like it's an old hotel, my
Oh.
old studio, so everyone has their own like
Space.
space to go to.
Yeah.
It's just like living in an apartment building, which I live in, so I could leave
That's irresponsible too.
and still go and like, be creative.
That's
in that
nice.
sense.
Yeah.
But then we also got a dog, and that kept me. We rescued Bowie.
Parents.
Yes, we are parents.
Oh, a parent. So it's spelled
Parent.
P-A-W-R-E-N-T-S. I hate that. I hate
I know,
it so
but I
much.
love it because I'm a parent.
Apparently, you're a parent.
Yeah.
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 And what's your dog's name?
Bowie.
So it's Bowie.
Yeah.
You say it with an
She's
accent?
Bowie.
Bowie.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Bobo.
Bobo.
I call her all the things. But yeah, we wanted to adopt a long time ago.
Yeah.
And coincidentally, timing wise, it just kind of was like, oh, Mark was working from home a lot. He wasn't DJing. I was predominantly like very flexible with my work. And we were like, oh, we finally have the time to like
Put the effort in.
put the effort into, because when you rescue, sometimes there's a lot of sometimes behavioral stuff or anything you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were like, let's do it. We could not get on a waiting list anywhere.
Oh my God,
everybody,
it's the worst time to do it.
I know, everybody was getting
Everybody
a dog.
got a dog. You either got a dog or you had a baby.
Yeah. And we were like, well, let's start with the dog.
Yeah.
And we couldn't, and then we got this tip to like foster. They were like, we're really short on
Yes.
fosters.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh.
And sometimes you can adopt through
Cool,
fostering.
We'll foster.
Yeah.
We were called within like a week.
Oh,
they were
great.
Like, there's a dog in Edmonton that needs to be picked up right away. And I was like, Mark, drop everything. We don't have anything. It's COVID.
Yeah.
We're going to Edmonton.
Put on your mask. Let's get in the car.
We're going to Edmonton, picking up a dog.
Yeah.
And like that ride home, we fell in love with her and we
Oh.
fostered her, but obviously we failed.
Yeah. You didn't do a good job of fostering, so you shouldn't do that
No,
again.
We should never do it, but we don't need to.
No, you don't. You have your baby.
Yeah.
And what kind of dog?
She's a bulldog.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, a fostered bulldog. That sounds scary to me.
Yeah.
And that was okay?
Yes. So she was a year old.
Okay.
So super young.
Yeah.
Most of them are older and have
Yes.
a lot of medical issues.
And a lot of trauma.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's a year old. And I think based on like us having her and having a trainer and all of that, I think it was more so that she just didn't have enough of the right training.
Right.
But because she was so young and we were able to like get in there and do some corrective stuff and
Yeah.
she's fine.
And do you find like Mark's skills with at-risk youth helped with the dog?
Oh no,
No.
The dog, he's totally like, not at all.
His skills are not transferable.
Complete opposite.
Why?
Because he's there. Oh my goodness, she's just like the biggest suck with him.
Okay.
Yeah, with me, she knows like, okay, this is my trainer. And she's the boss.
Yeah.
With Mark, she's like, let's screw shit up.
Yeah.
Let's
Do you
it
think
together.
that's because you're both women? I honestly think like
Yeah.
moms with daughters, that's a harder relationship because the mom is trying to set the tone and whatever. But the dad is always way softer with the daughter.
So soft.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's so soft with her.
Yeah.
So then I'm the one that's like the,
How could he put that on you?
I know.
How would he do that?
Dare he?
You know, this can cause divorces or
Wow.
non-marriages.
Wow. Well,
You know?
we're on both of those. We're clear.
So you're not at risk. Okay.
No, yeah.
Then he can be soft if he wants to be.
Yeah.
There's no repercussion.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just love. More love
More
is the
love.
real problem.
I'm just gonna go home and cuddle my dog. I love you, I swear.
That's why I'm sorry I said all those things. Please don't listen to the podcast. We had neighbors that got dogs, like so many neighbors that got dogs during COVID. And it was great because the kids loved the dogs.
Yeah.
But then we got a bunny.
You got a bunny?
We got a bunny, an Obi.
I didn't know that.
You know, it's like this big and it's white with like black hearts on his eyes.
Oh.
It's very cute.
that's so
But
sweet.
he likes to eat everything. All of my baseboards, my couch, my cords of everything. Yeah, and at first we thought he had a really good sense of humor. Like he was like really feisty, and we could like fling him around and he'd be like fling, fling, and all of a sudden we thought he was being funny, but he needed to be neutered. He was literally trying to challenge us, and we didn't know.
Oh my goodness.
Because I've never had a bunny. I've had
Yeah,
dogs.
obviously.
As a kid, I had gerbils and stuff. Never had a bunny.
How would you know?
Didn't know. And then so we did get him neutered, and then and he would like pee on the kids, right? Like spray pee on the kids because he was like, I own you. I am your alpha. Yeah, he didn't do it to me, but he did it to them. And then finally got neutered, and then he calmed down a lot and he didn't fight. And we're like, oh, you must have been so unhappy. You probably thought every time you came out, you're like, I have to fight. This is like not happy at all. So stressful.
Oh no.
Yeah, and now actually 3 of my kids are allergic to him. They sneeze and get
really well?
raspy. I am trying to get rid of the bunny so badly, but it's Cade's bunny. He got it for Christmas. He could pick any pet he wanted, and he wanted a bunny. And he sneezes and breaks out red every time he's around Obi. But he's determined that he loves him. And I'm like, you literally don't take him out of his room, and you don't play with him, and you can't play with him. And what is the quality of life here?
Yeah.
So if you'd like to have a bunny, I probably will still not have the guts to get rid of the bunny. I don't even know. What do you do with a bunny?
No, I mean,
I could sell it for stew, but that's kind of mean. And I'm a vegan, so I feel really bad about that. But it's still kind of funny.
a few other options first.
That's the only option.
Oh, what's the bunny's name?
Obi.
Obi.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Obi.
Obie.
Everyone's allergic to him.
Yeah. But even like Obi turned 2 in October, we didn't even remember. Nobody celebrated. Like literally, why do we have a bunny? Why is he here?
Obi doesn't need to be here anymore.
No. Obi would be happy.
I was gonna say I'll take Obi, but Bowie also eats things, so
No, but he's better now.
I
Obi's better.
don't know if Bowie will eat Obi.
Just don't tell me. I was literally looking up how to sell a bunny, and half the things were like, it's this much a pound for rabbit meat. And I was like, oh
my
please, I can't sell it to you, but if you're gonna do that, just don't put that in the ad. Like, I can't know that that's where Obi's ending up. That would be terrible.
Oh, poor Obi.
But yeah, so I would love to find a nice home for Obi. And I think now
That'll
Cade
happen.
might have asthma too. And I'm like, dude, like you really can't have Obi. And he's like, but I love him. I'm like, when was the last time you
went
did
in his
something?
room.
And apparently like bunnies, you can train them like dogs.
Seriously?
Yes, you can.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, and they're trained like cats for litter. So they like pee and poo and litter. And they're like so easy, really, if you can get it to not chew on your
Wow.
furniture.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah, but when you get that done, or you give it a space to chew on stuff,
Yeah.
it's a lot easier.
Designated chew area.
Yeah, I think bunnies are actually the best pet that you can get.
You're really selling Obi.
This podcast has turned into a commercial. But yeah, anyhow, my whole point of that was to say that a lot of the friends that got dogs during COVID ended up bringing the dogs back to kennels and stuff, or the pound, or like whatever, getting fostered, because when they went back to work, they couldn't take care of the dog.
Yeah, they couldn't take care of it. They didn't have a schedule, all of that. I know, it was super sad.
Yeah.
And it's still, even right now, like there's
too
still
many.
that problem.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's so hard.
You want to adopt them all, but you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, our condo in our condo building, I don't know if you have the same issue, but they implemented this law in our building where you can only have one pet. If you've had more than that, they could be grandfathered in prior to the time that they did it.
Yeah.
But how silly.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. It's like telling me I can only have one kid. It's against my human rights. Yeah. You should be able to be a master over multiple pets.
No.
Yes.
That's what I want to tell them. I haven't yet. I'll get to it.
You won't.
I won't. I just won't tell them I have another dog.
You're going to get another dog?
I want to.
Yeah.
But, you know.
You know. Do I know?
You have multiple kids.
I do.
You know, it's like.
Oh, it's like that.
You add more and you're like, wow.
Like, I want to pay for university again.
This is more.
I want to save for this
again.
multiple times. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like double the food. It's
Yeah.
double the insurance.
Oh man, it's great. You feel like a real adult.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
Wow.
activates more abundance is what it does because you need to
Okay.
provide for more.
Yes.
So then you have to create space to receive more.
There you go.
It makes sense.
Totally does.
I was telling my kids the other day because we live in a very nice neighborhood in Calgary, and all of their friends at hockey have everything.
Okay.
They all have, like Cade was saying, yeah, if you broke into our change room, you'd probably have a good 15 iPhone 15s with the AirPods to go with it and whatever, like all this stuff. And I'm like, aren't you glad you don't have that? So if it got stolen, you wouldn't really care.
wouldn't
Your
even
iPhone
know.
8 or whatever your dad's hand-me-down is, and your J whatever headphones that you replaced the ones you forgot somewhere with. I get my boys a watch for their 13th
Okay.
birthday. And it's like a nice one. Like I get them a nice watch. So it's like you're kind of
Nice.
becoming a man.
Yeah.
Like you're transitioning into this, like you're becoming more of a man.
Yeah.
And so Jace had a really nice watch. And then he changed it in for like more of a mechanical one, you know, where you can see all the gears and stuff. Cause he's very like, I want to see how it works. And then Cade got a Boss watch, like a black,
yeah,
super
those ones are
slick.
nice.
It was really nice. And he forgot it somewhere in he lost it in a change room once. And as we're leaving, he's like, oh, I think I forgot it. Maybe we'll call tomorrow. I'm like, actually, we'll head right back in there right now. And we did. We went back in, and I'm looking around, and then I found a custodial. What do you call custodials now?
I think.
Custodial.
So, yeah.
It sounds like it's not the full name.
We're missing a second part.
Custodian?
Custodian. We got there.
So I found this custodian and I was like, hi, I'm so sorry. My son's watch, somebody might have taken it, but did you see? He's like, oh yeah, what kind is it? I'm like, it's a Boss, it's black. He's like, I knew you'd be back. I'm like, thank you, and I got it. But then he lost it on his dad's week. And then next time I saw him, I'm like, where is he? He's like, I don't know. It's either here or here or here. And it was at, he thought it might be at another school because he had a volleyball game there. And he left it in the change room or something. I was like, brutal, dude. But this year, Rhett
in a
turns
row.
13.
Another watch to lose.
And I'm like, here you go, Rhett. Just, you might as well just chuck it out the window right now. Just get it over with. Don't get used to something on your wrist.
No kidding.
Brutal.
Start getting them fakes.
Yeah, I should. Paper. Make them of paper.
This is because of your older brother.
Right.
And
You
your
ruined it for everybody. No one's allowed to watch.
I feel like that's what happened to me as the sixth child.
The sixth child.
Like, here you go, survive. Here's a peanut. I don't know.
But really, and I hope you're not allergic, but we're going to find
am.
out. Oh!
Yeah.
Survive. And you did.
I did.
You did. Look at
yeah.
you.
I did survive.
And that's before they segregated peanuts from not peanuts in lunchrooms. How did you survive? I don't understand.
Oh gosh, I don't even know how.
I don't even know.
Because I wasn't like really paying attention as a kid too. Like, yeah, I had to use that EpiPen a few times.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Why don't we just do that?
Yeah, it was a few times where, and then I learned my lesson of like, okay, this does something. This is real. I'm going to ask what's in this.
Yeah.
But yeah, now every school, there's no peanuts anywhere.
My younger kids can't bring anything nuts to
Nothing
school.
nuts.
No
yeah.
nuts. No nuts
No
allowed.
nuts. It's because of me.
Thank you for that. That's really handy not to make a simple
Yeah.
peanut butter and honey sandwich.
But I heard now that doctors are like, when they find out, if you find out young enough about the peanut allergy, they can like slowly introduce it.
Oh.
They yeah, my girlfriend, her daughter,
Yeah.
they found out she was allergic to peanuts like at 1.5 years. And
That's scary.
they slowly introduced it, just like bit by bit, like at the doctor's office. And apparently they do this now.
Yeah.
And now she's not allergic to peanuts.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Because they're like, I'm sorry, it's one of my favorite flavors in the world.
I have no idea.
Oh, put that, okay, I'll tell you about it. It's not, you're not missing anything.
Okay, yeah.
Can you do the integration therapy?
I know, I asked, I was like, does it work now?
Yeah.
Like,
and no?
we're going 36 years in, does it work now?
Does it?
Apparently not. So, yeah, you gotta like do it at the beginning.
It's like Spanish. You have to do that young.
Yeah. It sinks in a bit faster.
It's exactly like Spanish. If you don't learn at a certain age, you die.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry. Yeah, so peanuts.
Peanuts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's amazing. But my older kids, they go to high school, and so they are allowed to have
You're in
peanuts.
high school?
Jason Cater in high school, grade 12 and 10. That's how old you are. Feels old, right? You feel
happened?
old.
Yeah.
Yeah, because was it his 10th birthday that you painted with him?
Yeah.
So that's 7 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, there's
That's
a painting on my wall in my living room for the past 7 years. That is the most beautiful
Just
work of art.
beautiful.
It's beautiful. Because Tiffany generously, and that was like, it was honestly one of the best gifts ever, better than the watch. Is you went and you actually had, and I love this part too, is that I was like, maybe a small one that would fit on this wall. And then he got there and you're like, what do you want? He's like, I like this big square one. And I'm like, and when you brought it out, I was like, oh, that won't fit on the wall.
I couldn't say no to him.
Thank you for that. Oh my God, you're like the soft one now,
That would
hey?
be the
And I'm
worst.
now the bully
Yes,
mom. Okay.
Yes.
Anyhow, you spent the day with him painting and teaching him different techniques and letting him go free with stuff
Yep.
for quite a long time. And I think the materials he used must have been quite expensive because there are layers on this painting.
So many layers.
many layers.
So many layers. There's like, yeah, that's like a Van Gogh over there. There's just like,
Yeah. You can peel off a layer and
yeah,
be like,
you
now
could
it's a new
probably
painting.
peel off a
What is
layer.
this? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
It was
amazing.
fun though.
Yeah, he was like over the moon. He's
Yeah.
like, this is the best thing I've ever done in my life. This is the best thing
Aw.
Tiffany has ever done in her life.
I did love it just as much as him though.
Well, then I'm like, I tried to pay you, and you're like, no. And I'm like, I have to pay you. And then I bring you all this wine, and I'm like, I'm just leaving this here. And I'm like, I can't believe I'm paying her in wine. Like, this is
I
terrible.
accepted it. I loved
I
it.
hope you enjoyed it.
I did.
Oh, yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I like the piece.
It's beautiful.
It has him written all over it, literally.
It really does. He signed it twice. Huge letters. But I do love it. And I remember that when you brought it out, I was like, is it done? And you're like, you can't do much more.
Literally no more colors out there in the universe.
And no more space.
No.
You cannot add more. That was amazing. And then all my other boys wanted to do it too, but luckily they kind of forgot as we went
Yeah, you
on.
got them watches.
Yeah. 10 is no more birthday parties. How about we change that? Oh, yeah. But 6, geez. And you're the youngest.
Yes. Yeah. I'm the baby.
And how is that?
Total
Are you close with
accident,
all of them?
obviously.
Well, I mean, you've got to be. Like, there's no hiding
Nobody
that.
plans.
Let's
that
have one more, the perfect child, and we
Yeah.
will ignore her and feed her peanuts.
Yes, it's going really well.
Yeah.
No, we all live all over the place, so it's hard to be super close.
And is there a huge age difference?
Yeah, the eldest is 51. So
Right.
yeah, there's a big
Yeah.
gap.
It's
So
like
it's kind
15 years?
of, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So the older ones like were kind of teenagers when I was born. So
Yeah.
they were like helping, babysit me but then they were gone
Yes.
by the time I was an age to remember them.
Yeah.
So I remember my oldest brother, because he's the one that's 15 years older than me, and he was in BC for a long time, I was really young and he was already gone.
Yeah.
And he came back and I remember and I was like, oh, it was the first time meeting him.
Oh, so
But I was probably like
strange.
7 years old.
Yeah. How did
He
he?
came home for Christmas and I was like, oh my goodness, you're my brother. But it's just because they were so much older
Yeah.
that, you know, I didn't really grow up with them.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's actually Jace, because Jace's dad had a baby a year and a half ago.
Okay.
So Jace would have been 15.
Yeah.
And so like right now he's like, oh my God, love my little brother. And I'm like, and you're going to university next year. And I remember when he found out that we found out like a day or two before Christmas, about 5 months before the baby was born. His name's Eli. And I remember being in the car, Peter had told them, and then I found out, and then I had them the next day for the day.
Okay.
And we were dropping off Christmas presents at friends' houses and stuff. And they said, Jace is like, I just feel so bad. I'm like, why? He's like, because I feel like I'm not going to be there. Like, how much? And we're only there every other week. And he's going to grow up without all of his brothers and all of this stuff. And I was like, it's like, dude, this is the luckiest kid on the planet. Like, he's got 4 older brothers of all different ages that do all different things that he gets to look up to. And you're going to be kind of like uncles to him. And you can take him in your car and drive him around and take him for a movie. And it's going to be so awesome. Like, he's the luckiest kid.
Oh, definitely. It's a totally different bond.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is complete, because I have one brother.
Less fighting.
Yeah, I have one brother who we're the only 2 young ones, and we're 2 years apart. So we grew up together. Yeah. And then all of the other 4 are way older than us. So like, you know, we were the ones that were like, you know, going at it, fighting all the time. And our older siblings are just like, there's that different bond with them, because it's not like I'm going to fight with you.
Oh, I still can't forget that you took all of my Smarties. Never forgive.
No, never. No.
Not with family.
God. Ugh, gross.
Then they'll just push you over. Okay, so the 4 older ones, you're not so tight, but you have relationships with these people? Like,
but it's just, we're kind of all over the place. There's a few out in BC and Toronto, a few are here, some of them have families, so it's hard to keep up.
Yeah.
You try to put all that together.
I only have 2 brothers.
God.
And it's like, how often do I talk to them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's so difficult.
Well, especially when there's partners, and that, I think that as soon as there's a partner, it's like, it's harder to, for me anyhow, like I know that when I was married, I didn't see my brother Dave very much at all. I barely saw my brother Mike, because he lived, oh my God, in North Calgary. Can you imagine driving to the north of Calgary?
It's insane when you're central.
But it was also because his kids are like, he has 3 boys. So they like, let's say it was like Traylon, then 2 years later, Easton, 2 years later, Tristan, 2 years later, my kids, Jace, Cade, Rhett, Rhett, Nash, right? So it's like the hockey schedules were just out of sync too. Yeah. And they're in the north, so their hockey's up. It was just like a mess. So we didn't see them very much. And then Dave, I would see, he'd make an effort to see me every now and then. Yep. And then when I got divorced, we saw each other all the time. Like, we'd hang out all the time, chat, blah, blah, blah. Yep. And then he goes and gets a partner. Like, thanks, I guess I'm not enough for you.
Goodness.
They get married.
Oh, the audacity.
And they move away.
Oh, did they move away?
They actually moved to Kelowna and then got married, and now they actually live out in Ontario.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh, can you get further away from me? Rejection, like, personal.
That flight ticket's a lot more than Kelowna.
It really is. Like, come on.
Triple.
They don't even have an airport where they live. That's how much they hate me.
Gross. Yeah. That's so far and hard. In Ontario, that's like, it's funny how hard it is to travel there.
Yeah.
$1,000?
Oh my goodness, my friend is about to come here. We were gonna maybe go to Cuba for because we travel every year together.
Okay.
And she's out in Quebec, she's in Montreal.
Okay.
We were gonna go to Cuba, but it was like so much work and blah, blah, blah. Anyhow, we decided not to. So then she's coming to Calgary instead, because she hasn't been here for a couple years. Her flight is ridiculous. It's more than if she went to Cuba. It's like $400 to $500 each way.
It makes no sense.
Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Are we back here, Canada?
Yeah. It's so hard to travel within Canada, affordably.
Yeah. And then it's like, then who even knows if your flight's going to be actually go through.
Get there.
And if you're going to have your luggage. And
if you're going to Toronto, you're not going to have your luggage.
No. You got to do carry-on.
You have no luggage.
I literally haven't checked a bag in probably 6-7 years.
No, I don't do it.
No.
I can't do it. After living on the road, traveling for work for so long, I can't do it.
What do you do?
Before.
I'm like, you work?
Oh gosh, no. That sounds...
We only have a couple minutes left. Really, can you briefly explain? Actually saying that, scrap the actual job work you did before, because that's not important.
Not at all.
Okay, so you're a painter.
That's, yes.
You're like an actor, we're a figure skater, professional figure skater.
Yeah, former.
And now, well, I said were.
Yeah, we did.
Would I say were a former? Okay,
I
you were a
I didn't want
former.
people to get the impression that I'm a professional figure skater.
Please
anymore.
don't think that. That would be hideous. I'd be so embarrassed.
Gosh.
Okay, so you were an actor and formerly a figure skater, a professional figure skater, and now your main form of art is visual painting. Is it mostly painting? That's how I know you.
Yes.
Yeah, and you do murals all over the city and stuff.
I do,
And on jackets, and I'm just gonna keep talking, so you can't tell me about it. Actually, no, go ahead. I'll give you some
Keep going,
space.
you said all of it. So
Oh,
yeah, that's
sorry.
good. I'm done. I paint, yes, visual art. So I paint everything and anything that I want to paint, but I predominantly focus on installation and murals because I love the theatrical part of large scale work, and then I also do scenic painting in theater. So I love that
fun.
part of it too. Yeah, so it's definitely it's weird to be in the thing that I didn't study at all, but I don't have imposter syndrome ever.
Oh my God, you're doing so much, so you really can't. Like, get rid of that.
I know, but it's
Yeah.
just that, natural thing. I'm like, I'm just making this up.
We're all making it up.
Right?
Otherwise, it's boring.
That's what I tell
Can you
myself.
imagine? Oh, I'm going to redo that. That's smart. They've already done that.
Yeah.
Make it up.
I'm a professional maker-upper.
Hey. So you do makeup.
I do. No. Another thing I do not.
Literally, all people are going to hear from this is that you do makeup. They're going to call you to do makeup, and you're like, oh, what a waste that was.
Wow, I'm going to get completely just...
Like imposter syndrome for sure.
Yeah, that one will be real.
You start using tape because you use tape in yours, right? So we saw you because you got chosen for the Canada 150-day mural that you painted in the core at the shopping mall.
I was painting in the window there.
Yes. Yes, and we came and watched you.
I remember that.
And my kids, Jace knew you already.
Yeah.
And then, and you use a lot of tape because you like
use a ton
geometric
of tape.
shapes and stuff.
Yeah, a ton of tape, just because my work is very geometrical and shape-based, pattern-based, so it is a lot of tape. But I love that just because, I love the sharpness of it. Yeah. And I use a lot of aerosol, so the best way to get those clean edges is with tape. So
I love it because I'm a Virgo.
Oh, there you go.
And Virgos are very much like perfectionism.
Oh, yeah.
So when I look at your art, I'm like, oh, it's so straight and even.
Yeah.
Like those are so exactly the right shape.
You would love pulling the tape.
I would love it.
You would love it. It's
love
my
pulling
favorite
tape
part.
so much.
It's like that,
the
what is
sound
that
of
called?
it.
ASMR? No. TikTok thingy.
It's called really special and talented humans. Very creative.
You know those sounds that are or when you're doing something that's satisfying?
Yeah.
ASMR?
BDSM?
Are we too old for TikTok?
Some of us might be. I don't know. My kids make me super young, except I don't let them go on TikTok. That's what I have
It's good.
Oh, so much time.
Seriously.
Such an investment.
Yes, but you would find it very satisfying pulling the
so-
tape because when it's nice crisp lines and you're pulling it all off.
Okay, so we did
good.
this the other day because we were retaping the stick. I talked about this in Gabby's segment about we took off the Oilers tape because we hate Edmonton. But this kid left a stick behind. So we pulled off his Oilers tape and we smashed it into a garbage can. Then we spit on it, and then we taped it up again. And the taping sound, Nash was just like, oh, it's so satisfying. He literally said that as we were pulling it and wrapping it. He's like, it's so satisfying, yeah. He was enjoying it so much.
Especially that tape.
Oh, it's such a great sound.
Yeah. skate tape. It's like gaff tape.
We should start a podcast where we just listen to tape sounds and we talk about what we like about it and what's like, oh, this one.
Seriously.
We rate them.
Yeah.
From the best.
And we can do like, you know, like the blind test where like you can see if you know what kind of tape I'm pulling off right now.
Oh, yeah. Hockey tape, masking tape, duct tape.
Oh my God.
Electrical tape.
I listen for sure.
Yeah. Oh.
The
okay.
knowledge that we're just being sued from that.
Amazing. Join us next week when we do our tape podcast. Well, I think that's all we have time for.
Oh, amazing.
Thank you very much. This has been, it's always fun. I always enjoy talking to you.
It's just like this.
It really is. Except for usually we're even more off topic and we don't talk about anything like my bathroom floor.
Oh, no.
Wait a second. This was literally part of my pitch. It was like, and then I'll ask Tiffany why she hasn't painted my bathroom floor.
I'll do it right now.
You'll paint it right now?
Yeah.
I don't even believe you. You're scurrying out of here as quick as you can.
am.
So over COVID, my friend Catherine and I renovated my bathroom, which included taking off the floor because we found a concrete floor under there. And I was like, I love concrete floor. But it's a little bit not beautiful in places.
Yeah.
And I was like, how do we make this better? And then I was like, oh my God, Tiffany paints on everything. How cool would it be if Tiffany did a mural on the floor and then we covered it up with that, what's it called? Epoxy over top. And it's here forever.
Yeah.
And then even if people came and put like a floor over it, when they pull it up, it would be the floor.
There's a piece of artwork under there.
Yeah, and I thought that would be beautiful, and I don't ever plan on selling. So I was like, that'd be so cool. And you're like, came over, you took a look, we had a coffee. It was like, yeah, I'll totally design something.
I still think it's an awesome idea. and then it wasn't really COVID anymore, and I got really busy.
And you're like, I could recommend an artist to paint your floor. You didn't even do that. You're like, I'm just not going to talk about it ever. And I've literally never brought it up ever. And I thought this was the perfect moment.
Forgot about it until I was driving up and I was like, the floor. And I knew for sure, I was like, oh, she's going to say something about the floor for sure. Why wouldn't she?
Oh, for sure I am.
Yeah.
And right when I was doing that, I know there's going to be an insert of my boring floor that I've walked on barefoot for years. Cold feet for years, and friends and family come and use the bathroom and they're like, what's up with your floor?
Yeah, and you've told them all and they're like, I thought you were doing something with this.
This artist is really just sitting and, just really has a vision and wants to really solidify it before they do it.
Yeah. That's where we can go with that for now.
I don't think so.
No, we're past that.
That's my story. So are you going to do my floor?
Yeah.
You're not going to do it. That's fine. I'm going to do it. And then I'm going to say this to Tiffany Cuffley. And it's going to be crap. Like I'm going to do the tape off angle.
You're going to use like the cheapest tape ever. So it just bleeds.
It's going to bleed everywhere. And then I'm going to take it off when it's not dry.
I deserve it. Yeah, it's been like 2 years. I deserve it.
You earned this.
Yeah. You can even sign it.
I'm going to.
Okay.
And I'm going to sign it like a child with my left hand. Oh, wonderful.
Oh, God.
Well, again, it's always a pleasure. Thank you so much for being here.
Of course.
Thank you so much for tuning in again to another episode of Completely Off Topic with Susan Serrao.
I love you. I love you too. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. If you enjoyed this episode, I think you're going to really enjoy Firecracker Department with Naomi Sneakus, where she talks to fellow actors, writers, and producers and gets the skinny on their struggles, successes, and everything in between. Available on all podcast platforms and on YouTube.